Okay, there we go. We've got sound there and we've got sound there, so we're all good to go. Oh, we're joined by Alan again and Mr. Big Blue and Mr. John Stock that's naked, so don't look at anything, nothing to see there. Carl's out, Carl's the usual out there, hey Carl. Stevie B, I think I seen, oh Zebulon I seen out there earlier, so we've got a few out there. Um, I don't know where all the stragglers are tonight, so don't ask me what's going on there. Well, as you can see by the stream icon that I used for the thumbnail, I know I used a rocket, but it's just sort of like, you know, where were we up to before YouTube did their thing? So, sort of like launch off the series again, I suppose, if you want to use an analogy that way, and blast off. Um, I'm just looking in my channel on my side, which the panel can see, and see if we can work out where were we. That's the thing. Okay, where's my channel? That's my channel. I don't think I'm doxing myself showing them the channel, my channel, are they? I don't think so.
No, because
Yeah,
that's the public facing one anyway.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so we'll grab
If
that.
you if you show them if you showed them the stream control panel page, that might be a potential issue. But
Oh,
even then, the stream keys all starred out, isn't it?
yeah, that's all done. That's all done. Okay, so I think they can see.
Mm.
Can they see that out there?
Not yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting for it to kick in out there.
Doesn't seem. Oh, there we go.
Right. Okay. So I've got to scroll down, obviously, past all your, because these few second ones are only just the introductions. Okay, that's for 4 months ago. 3 months ago. Wow, that's been like 3 months is the thing. So yeah, that's how it works out. And then we get back to New Year, 2021 New Year. Wow, didn't we really do anything in the New Year?
We didn't do that much. Not like the year before when we all got really hammered
Hmm.
uh, and somebody and, and and some casual person got absolutely hammered and did some really interesting stuff that then ended up not getting recorded, unfortunately,
Mm.
because the stream was too long.
Yeah, that was an excellent experiment, that one. Uh, okay. Oh, okay. This one looks like we might have been up to something there. Because usually it denotes what we talked about by the thumbnail. That one there.
Oh, that's spherical geo. That's
Hmm. Wonder what we were talking about there.
spherical geometry.
Tree.
That's the
Yeah.
one. That's the one. That's the one you need. That's the one we need blue about for because
Okay.
it can navigate.
Okay. We had Falcott Pendulum Part 2, and then we had Falcott Part 1.
Foucault. Foucault.
Foucault. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot who he is. I'll have to ask Riley because he. I think he knows who he is. I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
How's your mate Riley been lately, Glue? Oh, sorry. Uh, and then we got. And then we got something to do with the moon. If you stand on different sides of the Earth looking at the moon from southern and northern hemisphere. Oh, okay, there we go. The Aussie's Perspective, the first X-rays. So that I think that might have been the last Industrial Revolution topic, going by the look of this. Way the
Yeah, I
timeline.
mean, we'd kind of got up to about 1910, hadn't we, with the technologies?
Yeah. Well, we're sort of up to Tesla and electricity, and up around that era. I'm positive we're up near that era.
Um, yeah, I mean, te
Because
Tesla was more 20s, but
mm,
um,
the X-rays that has to have electricity, obviously.
oh no, sorry, no, Tesla was, yeah, I mean, it was that sort of period, um, inter, interrupted by World War I, of course.
Yeah. They invented light bulbs, the AM radio with Perconi. What's his name?
Mar
Marc
Marconi,
Marconi.
or at least, Marconi being the one to get all the patents, be first in the market.
Right. Okay. Uh, oh, here we go. Yeah, Marconi's radio. We looks like we did two. We doubled up there or something on that one. Maybe we didn't
I
quite
think
cover
we
it.
might have, because that first one's only an hour. I think we might have had technical difficulties and had
Okay.
to start the stream again.
Okay. We're still on the radio. So the radio took a few. That's interesting. Because there's a lot to do with radio, and we've still got more. So I don't think that topic's quite finished yet. I think, Alan. I don't think it's finished
Um,
because there's a lot more to radio than just
well,
back from back then.
but the
Powered
thing is
flight,
that actually,
Morse code telegraph. Uh,
most techniques for radio broadcasting were well and truly established by um, the late 1940s. And I mean, the probably the last big step in radio technology, and the principles, even if not the full implementation, was in it was during the Second World War when a famous American actress invented frequency agile spread spectrum communication systems that which we now implement in Wi-Fi. And everybody really just knows her for her acting.
well,
And
seven
she was
months.
a very good actress.
Okay. What have I got a duck? Yeah, I've got a duck on that one. I'm out of YouTube prison there back 7 months ago. Jeez.
Yeah.
You just get back into the swing of things. We just get back into the swing of things, and then bamo. We got buoyant. Looks like this one might have been buoyancy. I know I did. I might have to look at that one. I can't see what that one was. Can't make out that one. 220, 2 hour 29, 59. The one next to buoyancy. I can't quite make out what that one was. Yeah, some of these I think are in between streams because the thumbnail's just a generic um, picture of something. That one's still got steam there. So it looks like we did steam for a while. Yes, and then cars. Then we've got a balloon. And then flight. So I don't think flight was done very long by the look of it there. Oh, that was Mage. I think that's Mage. That one. That was 5 months ago. Has it been 5 months already from Mr.
Yeah,
Sensible's Mage experiment? Wow, that's been a while. Okay. That's field lines, north-south pole magnetic field. I think that's magnetic field lines thumbnail. Refrigeration, X-rays. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some homework on that, Alan, and see where we're at now.
hang on. Somebody at the door by the sound of it.
Okay. All right.
Hello.
It will take off soon. Don't worry.
Dude, I'm
Don't.
just kind of pissed off that people
Oh
were fucking.
oh shit. Sorry. When we're on Zoom on live stream and anyone that comes into Discord, it scares the shit out of me because you're not anyone that's in Discord. I don't realise they're there. So I'm live
Uh,
streaming at the moment. So um, I'm just trying to work out where I'm at because I got a YouTube strike, unfortunately.
or
Nothing
like for
bad. No,
swearing.
yeah, nothing bad. It wasn't bad. It was all my fault. I take the blame 100%. Uh, I thought you were too tired. You were going to go to sleep.
Dude, I don't know. I'm in between sleeping and not sleeping, and I kind of just I don't know, man. I just
Okay.
I'm a little stressed right now, but I don't want to tell the whole world about it.
Well, you're telling the whole world at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna leave it there, you know.
Yeah, yeah, you're quite happy to chill in the Discord there like that and listen in if you want to just listen in to us what we're saying. What was happening over in Gems because I had to leave to come and start the live stream.
Oh, what's happening over in what?
Where you were before, where we were talking, that was in Gems server, the flat debate, flat Earth and more server.
Oh, I well, it's not so much what they were conversating about that. I was being accused of being a doxer, and then they were saying, "Hey, we're just joking, relax." And I'm like, "Oh, you
Uh,
don't mess with me like that. That's not cool." Because some
no,
people take that real seriously, you know.
yeah, they
I
do.
was just trying to ask the guy. I guess this is not a big deal to kind of put out there in the world, but I was upset about something that they happened to, you know, joke about that, not saying names or anything, but uh that it happened to, you know, now I'm stalling. That I was asking that other guy, you know, the guy who claims he's a rocket scientist, that you know, I wanted to see if I can happen to see the proof that he is one, like, you know, papers, whatever, like anything that he could blank out any personal stuff that happens to appear as doxing, that he can actually prove that he's a rocket scientist, right?
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
that's
his credentials and all that stuff. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
yeah. And then I got that then it stemmed off from there where I kind of got upset because they were messing with me.
You don't want that. You don't want that. Um,
But yeah, I don't know. I
all
hope
the blokes, the couple of blokes I've got on my live stream panel do have credentials that they could supply, but it's harder to supply the credentials except for their word, unless like you want to see some sort of documentation or something
that's
they've
what I
done. I don't
that's
know.
what I not that well I don't know exactly, but I'm just saying I don't really believe when someone tells me, "Oh, he's a rocket scientist." You know,
Mm.
like I just don't kind of I have my doubt, you know, like I don't really, especially on the internet, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, that's
So
exactly right. Are you there, Blue?
I,
Do you
Yeah,
know?
eating breakfast.
Oh, sorry, mate. I brought along my flat Earth. Well, I don't want to call you a flat Earther, GB. I'd rather call you a fencer. Is that fair enough? You're not a flat Earther and you're not a globie. You're a fencer. You're sort of like where the fence is.
Uh-huh. Cool name, GB Pilot. I like that.
yeah,
The
I
oh,
like the GB.
you know that's an actual plane, right? GB.
Yes, yes.
Yep. Probably killed half the people that ever flew one of them.
It's still to me. It looks
Yeah.
like a nice plane. I don't know. It's a giant engine, right?
It was.
To me, that thing
It
makes me
was.
think of a Ferrari of its time.
There's
It
one
was
that
a. Sorry, Blue.
there's
Go
one
ahead.
there's one that still flies, or at least I don't know. I hadn't been to Oshkosh in a long time. Used to be one that showed up there every year. Uh, not too many of them left around, but yeah,
I
it's a
think
extremely unstable, squirrely little damn thing.
Well, I was playing it on Flight Sim, and I was trying to land the damn thing, and every time I'd crash or end up off the runway.
yeah, that's about average for a GB. I would say. Um, Unfortunately,
Then, then one thing that's not modeled in the gameplay is that one thing that's not modeled. I kind of had a second thought. I was acting a little bit out of place in that other server. Maybe, but anyway, besides that fact, one thing that's not modeled in the flight sim is that when you start going a little too slow or a certain speed, that it has this habit of stalling a certain way that it doesn't really do that in the flight sim. So didn't get to experience that yet.
Okay, so you're okay hanging in there, just in the back seat for now. It's not a requirement that you have to join Zoom and join the panel. You're all right where you are.
Sorry, what?
I said when I live stream, we're in Zoom in a meeting for the live stream. The channel, YouTube channel, I can post it. Can you see the side chat where you are called Fair Suck? Above Have a Go where you are now.
Okay, so
So where you are
um,
now is called Have a Go You Mug. That's the voice channel. Copy. I'll just paste it in Fair Suck so that way you can. And that's
what
the
does that
side.
mean, you mug?
Well, it's an Aussie server, so you'll learn some Aussie lingo when you're over here, if you don't mind that sort of thing.
Oh,
You
was
mu-
was that in your place?
Sorry, mate.
Was I acting out of place, Terry?
When? What
Oh,
here?
you asking me to sit in the background and just listen?
No. Because we're in Zoom on the live stream, like the live. When you live stream, you have a panel with people talking on the YouTube channel. I just posted a link to it. Um, and we're all in here in Zoom. But I can link it. I'm linked back through to Discord where you are now, and you're okay to stay there for now because everyone in here can hear you, and everyone out in YouTube can hear you from in Discord. So you can stay in there if you want, or if you want to, you can join Zoom. That's up to you.
Okay, well, I have Zoom if you want to send me an
Oh, okay,
invite.
okay, I can do that. Well, actually, I'll give you the. Would you like some special powers? Here we go.
I'd like to be a superhero. Why not?
There you go. Now where you are now, scroll down, past Toons and Dags, and you'll get to the Oz, and you'll see the Oz Squad. So you'll probably have to scroll down a bit to find that.
The Oz Squad.
Yeah, that's it. See where it says special place?
I'm at shill your shit. To me, it sounds like your shit, but yeah.
Okay,
You, mate.
So that's for Hoons for Dags. So keep scrolling past that lot, and you'll see
Oh,
one
the
that's
Oz
called
Squad,
Squad, right? Now go into special place.
Okay.
And click on that main HTTP link at the top, and it'll go, and that'll bring you through, and that'll bring you through to Zoom. And when you link through to Zoom, when you link through to Zoom, mute and deafen yourself in Discord so we don't get no feedback. Okay.
Actually, I'm pushing talk here.
Oh, we've just got a new bloke out there, Peanuts. His name's GB Pilot. He's a bit of a fence sitter at the moment. He's been round the flat Earth traps and places, talking with people and everything. So, and he was down on Gem's server earlier, and we were having a bit of a chat with him. Earth is life. Where's my special powers? Well, come over to. You're in Discord, aren't you? Earth is life. You can.
I have a question. Like, I got the Zoom. Well, wait. I have the app on my computer. Like, how is there a way I can connect via the app here? Because it just brought me to the online website here.
Oh.
Didn't even recall that I had an account.
Alan, do you know what he's doing?
Try opening your Zoom app first, and then clicking the link in Discord.
Okay.
That's usually the best way of that. That works for me, or at least that's what I always do. I always make sure I've got the Zoom app open first, and then I have no problem with the joining.
Yeah, it's still kind of just giving me a video preview. Well, maybe I'll just log in on the internet then. Are you doing a video chat or without video?
It's a video chat.
No, yeah. There's no webcam. We're not using our webcams. We're just using avatars.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
do you want to change your name so you're not using your real name?
Oh shit! Okay, I gotta change that. All right. 1 second.
Yeah, you're in the waiting room now, so I don't. Can he change his name while he's in the waiting room, Alan?
should be able to.
Yes, you can.
Should be able to go into my app here and change it.
While you're in the waiting
Yeah,
room,
if you.
Yeah, you should be able to change it.
I think it's based off my Zone Master, well, my Gmail account here, and that's probably why. Yeah, I don't know.
But you can have it. You can change your name when you get into Zoom into the room. You don't have to change it out there from the app on the app side. You can have a different name.
Usually, make your name different when you're joining a new Zoom meeting. I don't know. I'm confused about the computer version. I'm usually used to going on the phone.
Yeah, I've got the phone version too. Oh no, I haven't tried the Zoom on the phone yet. I have to have a look at that one. Death, haha, how long is this delay, Carl? What delay? We're not delaying. Oh, Pip's saying tell him to log. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have mentioned be logged in.
Yeah.
Just seeing what I can do. I'm just trying to join your thing, but I want to see if I can change my name in it. But yeah.
Yeah, where can he change his name, Alan, before I admit him into the room?
I'm trying to think because it's been so long since I've had to do that.
Yeah, I'm looking too, but I wish I could do something on my end, but I can't.
I think
Uh,
I think you have to come in and then change your name
Oh,
because
well,
you can change your name display.
okay. What I'll do is I'll change the image so that way we don't dox him or anything. We'll put up. How about we put up Lindsay for now? I'll grab me Lindsay video. Do you remember where we were at with Lindsay?
I don't know.
Lindsay.
Apparently,
You could have it where it shows a
appar-
specific person with their fake name for now, like their, you know, I don't know. I've only done it with
oh,
my phone. Maybe I'll join on my phone and see if I can change my name then. So
No.
well,
What I'll do for you is I'll let you in, but no one out there will see your avatar, and and then you can fiddle around with it while we're doing other things. So
okay.
I'm just gonna grab a video to watch. Holy Grail is this energy device 2 weeks ago. Here, let's deal. Uh, how far back are we? Okay, how do they know space is a vacuum if there's no? Okay, we'll listen to that one. There we go. Put that up for everyone. There you go. You're safe to come in now, and then you can change your thingo.
Hold on, I
some
figured
of us
something
use
out.
our real names. Some of us use our real names anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I'm only using my first name. I don't
Zebulon.
think that's for doxing, is it? And my initial last name, so
Mm.
you know.
Well, that's up to you. If you that's your prerogative. Like
Zebulon 181.
nobody knows my real name.
Of course not,
Well,
Terry.
I've been to groups on you know, my groups, my mental health groups, and they keep it private. And like what I had there was fine. So
Yeah, I know. I
I don't
just thought
know.
it'd be cool to have GB Pilot up on the screen. I thought that was cool to have that because I like the novelty of the name or your avatar for the Zoom meeting when people see it, just for the entertainment value side of things. Death said there's booby drawings again. No, we don't know your real name either, Carl. Sorry,
I
we'll
thought
never
his real
guess
name
that.
was Lurkio.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I can hear a little bit of an echo, Terry.
You can hear a little bit of an echo, Terry. John, can you hear an echo?
no,
Okay.
no.
Oh, maybe
Blue,
I should just not talk quite so loud.
Blue, do you hear any echo?
I don't hear any echo. Nope.
Nope.
Okay, it's just me then. Oh, yes, one's death. Doxing is basically identifying someone um, who doesn't make their information public.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, you'd have difficulty doxing me because I don't actually keep most of that stuff secret anyway.
All right, I'm just curious. If I happen to, because I changed my name and I saved the changes in my Gmail account because it didn't give me an option to change my name. It was the same as what I set up on my email. So I think that's how it works. So I'm gonna try joining your thing and just let me know if my real name shows up.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it won't matter anyway because no one will see it. Don't worry. I've got patient peanuts out in the peanut gallery. They're not. They don't start rioting or whatever. Okay.
Oh,
I'll let you in. So you're in here now. Mute yourself out in Discord when you're ready. just right click on your name in Discord and it'll mute.
Oh my. Okay, I gotta.
Yeah, you mute in Discord.
Yeah, you're gonna have to mute in Discord.
Come on.
And
There we go. He's done.
mute in
Yeah,
Discord.
yeah, he got it.
Now,
He got
right.
it. He got it.
Yeah, right click on your name and you can change your name.
Oh, I'm looking at. Okay, so the thing is not showing up where I'm on Discord. So is this?
No,
Oh,
you're
the
not.
Zoom
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah, you're in the Zoom meeting now. So you shouldn't. Discord's got nothing to do with it anymore now.
I thought that when I went on my Gmail account that it changed my name. So
Okay.
Just right click on your name in here and you can change it to whatever you like.
rename. Okay, cool.
Got it? All right.
Are you able to change your avatar, Blue? Once you're in.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to the settings.
Oh, you have to go through that way to do it. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go to
I've got
settings.
no options for that. Mine's a web based, so I can't do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, so yours will only come through,
Okay.
John, if you sign through Gmail or Google or whatever.
Yeah, I'll have to
Yeah.
download it. Not, yeah.
Yeah, you actually can. Yeah, same
can
thing.
you?
Right click
Yeah.
on your name and you can edit your avatar.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything like that,
Edit,
Blue,
edit
because
your profile picture.
I got no idea about that because I've never been on your side to notice what that looks like. I'm on the
Well, of
wrong.
course
I'm
not.
on the wrong side.
It's a long way to my side. You don't want to have to come all the way over here.
Oh,
But you're fine the way you are, GB.
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's fine now. Okay, we're
You're
good to
okay.
go. So, did we think we need to explain to GB who this person is, or do you think we should just let it go, or do you think we should just let it go and then he can make his own mind up?
I think this is a horribly cruel thing to do to a guy.
Is it?
Well, come on, it's cruel and unusual punishment for us regulars. So I'm sure this poor GB pilot is going to really.
So you're right now, GB. You got sound and voice and everything.
Hey,
Oh.
what?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you're done. You're ready to go, are you?
Just a quickie, GB pilot. You were asking about people being able to show stuff, and I often talk about radars and stuff because I spent a while in the Royal Air Force as a radar technician, and I don't have any photos of me with the radars or anything, but I did stick up an old photo that was taken of me during basic training just to show that I was actually in the Air Force.
Well, and that's basically what I was getting to, is that person, I would hope that he would show something that he can show that isn't giving away his position, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And
But
Blue,
hey, happen like if you have your first name on your, like, that's getting me paranoid about the groups that I join and like in my own country here, like that it's like, should I really be having my name up like that's not exactly my full name? Like, what if somebody can figure out everything just based off your first name?
Yeah.
That sort of thing is, I think, dependent on the sorts of places you're going. I mean, I've never been too worried about keeping secret my name or the town I live in, even. So fact, even closer than that, the district of the town I live in, because I've done videos that basically show the area around where I live. So, it's not something I worry about.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the
Well, if
basics
you
of doxing somebody is usually how you portray yourself in the media or online for to be a target or not. Like, are you somebody that's controversial enough that somebody's going to try to find you because of what you say and all that sort of stuff, how you present yourself and things like that.
yeah, if you become if you become a content creator, you'll get some unusual attention of
I mean,
literally.
I mean, in the server, I said what city I'm in. I don't think that's going to give away my location. That's my
No, no,
logic of it.
no. I tell
No, it
everyone
won't.
I'm in
It,
Wollongong, so that's gee, how big's
oh hell,
Wollongong?
the whole world knows I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yep.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm
But
not like
I
I
wish the guys that have given me death threats, good luck on trying to find me. Knoxville's a pretty large place.
No, don't worry about it, GB. You'll be right. You'll be right. Don't worry about it.
they'll have a tough time finding my credentials. So
So I'll have to give you a little bit of forewarning for this video because we've been following this Lindsay Harris guy for a while, and he's trying to present a flat Earth model. Now, like as I said before to everyone, you're sort of on the fence. You've been to a few flat Earth discords and had chats with everyone. I don't know how often you've been over on Jem's Flat Earth, Debate Flat Earth and More server to hear people. Do you want to just give people out there a little briefish, what would be the word for it? Synopsis of where you're at with things, with the flat Earth or globe Earth and stuff?
where I'm at is how do I explain this without happening the okay, so I get told, like I said in the other Discord, I get told the ISS is showing up, and we actually tried keeping track of it on the scope, and that satellite is actually going over our heads, and we're trying to keep tabs on it. It's really difficult, by the way, but it's going by really fast in terms of that zoom of the magnification of the lens, right? So I kind of have this, I struggle to think that the Earth is really flat if there's something orbiting the Earth. That's basically where I'm getting from. That's mainly the general thing that coming from. And there are other arguments where someone has spent money on, they got a weather balloon that goes pretty high up there in the atmosphere, right? I don't know, you could say what, 70,000 feet? I don't know. Maybe 60,000 feet.
33 miles. Was it? Was it 33 kilometers?
I don't know whether balloons go that high. What's the point? We don't have a damn airplane that'll fly up there.
It goes pretty high. I mean, anyway, about as high as the SR-71, right? Like the SR-71 Blackbird goes up pretty damn high. I mean, you would imagine that it could see, like the pilots from there could see the curvature, right?
Oh, yeah, they could.
Like I would guess. I am not thinking, but the weather balloon probably goes just about as high as the SR-71.
There would be no point in that whatsoever.
But they put instead of a camera with a fisheye lens, they had a camera without a fisheye lens on that balloon.
Oh, you're talking about
very high.
Okay, you're talking about launching weather balloons for the purpose of trying to observe Earth curvature. Yeah, you can send those up to 130,000 feet.
Oh, 130,000 feet, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like you should be able to see a curvature by that point, right?
yeah, and you can.
And
One of the best guys to look at is a channel. The guy's name is Dwayne Kellum. Just Google, just search for Dwayne Kellum on YouTube. He used to be a flat earther.
is he gonna
And
kill
he's,
him?
huh? And
No,
he,
you said his last name, kill him.
uh, yeah, Kellum, Kellum. Um,
Oh,
and he's but he's done some of the most magnificent balloon launches of anybody. Mr. Sensible did one not too long ago, but Dwayne Kellum has got probably 25 or 30 of those things that he did, and all showing Earth curvature. There you go. That's Dwayne. Check out his videos.
military style helicopter flying low over. I gotta see this video. This is a good channel.
I'll put the
Yeah.
link.
Sorry, the reason why I oh Kellum, but there's a place in Alberta called Killam, and like, let's say you get pulled over by a police officer, and they go, "Hey, where are you headed?" "I'm going to kill him." "Get out with your hands up!"
I'll put the link to his channel. You got the live stream going with the side chat? Because
Well, I'm not looking at the side chat right now. I see a picture of you guys.
Okay.
And
where can I give you the link? Because we've got an internal.
Terry, stick it in the Discord.
Yeah, I'm on the. Yeah, put it in the Discord. I can look at the
yeah,
chat
I'll put it in until you know your way around my Discord. Even though I don't like it, but I'll paste it in. I'll paste.
Actually, do it in the Discord, because I'm on the online version of the of the Zoom, and I don't know how to navigate it.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
So yeah, just send it in the.
Yeah, it's in FairSuck for now. I don't usually post them in FairSuck, but I'll let you off this time.
Yeah. GB, my avatar is now a photograph of the ISS that I took myself.
I don't know if you can see it properly. Because I'm sharing. You might see it on the side, the bar that has all your avatars on it. Blue, you've got an idea?
I'm actually off that window right now. I'm actually on Dwayne Kellum's channel, and I'm gonna subscribe.
Okay. There's high altitude balloon 18 infrared camera. It's that one.
Man, I hope I get to sleep later morning, because I kind of strive off, like, little off subject here, but I guess I like getting stimulus from talking to people, and I get some kind of like social stimuli from that when I'm either having a social brew or not even that, like I get carried away and I go, "Oh, I don't even want to sleep, man."
So we'll give you him, and we'll give you, if I can find Mr. Sensible. Here we are. There's Mr. Sensible's screen share. Sorry, peanuts out there, but we're doing this. Now we've got to find which one Mage is. Just how long ago was it? How long ago did I say it was? 5 months ago. Wow.
Yeah, I'm getting on that way.
Okay.
I got to be going, Terry.
Okay, Blue.
Okay, Blue. Have a good day, mate.
Yeah, thanks for dropping in, mate.
See you, mate.
We'll play your Cavendish later, and all the peanuts can look at it and fall asleep.
Was he staying up? Were you staying up there, or did you just wake up?
Huh?
Were you just waking up, or did you?
No, I got someplace I got to be. I could only stay for about an hour, so we've used up my hour. Now,
yep, we've used up your.
All right.
Yeah, I only pay him for an hour.
Man, I just want to stay up and play video games and just, kind of like The good old days, you know?
I got no idea. You're going to have to go through Mr. Sensible's channel and find the mage ones.
Is it Mage 2 is the one you want?
There they are right there.
That one?
You were down.
Yeah.
That's got Ranty Flat Earth versus
Huh.
Glowbird. That's
I'll
it.
stay logged in for a few minutes while I go get ready.
Oh, here
I
we
won't
go.
be sitting here.
Anti-Globe Mage 2. It says Anti-Globe Earther, Flat Earther gets it. Well, it's,
So is this a flat earther or globe earther? Like, are you guys flat earthers or globe earthers?
I think we're definitely globe earthers.
as Flat Earthers put the titles and thingos, yeah, you'd have to put us as the Globe Earthers. But I don't like using that title on our side because that's not a title we gave ourselves. It's the Flat Earthers that gave us the title of being Globe Earthers. So,
Globers. It sounds like an insult, doesn't it?
It does a bit. I think what you could say is we are people who, generally, we are people who take an interest in science and engineering and the STEM subjects.
Yeah. 1 second.
there we go. I'll drop that into Discord too. Mr. Sensible, you can see his mage videos of the balloon. And what you've got to realise is that because the flat earthers always say about fisheye lens and distortion and all that, these videos that these people did of their balloon tests, they had to do these tests with that in mind. So they tried to use cameras that showed little distortion by not using that particular type of lenses that do that. So that's where they're at with that, why they did them. Okay, so that's that out of the road. Alright. Well, we might not do Lindsay then tonight, just for G, because we don't want to hurt his brain. We don't want to hurt your brain, GB, today.
That's what I saw. That image there on Alan Evans' picture there.
Yeah.
That's what I saw in a telescope.
Yeah, that's about what you would see. I mean, I took that photograph myself with a camera with a 600mm telephoto lens. But then I also had to do a huge crop on the image, like cropping away about 98%. Well, probably about 99% of the pixels were cropped away because I went from a photo with sort of approximately 5.5 by 3,500 pixels to a photo with 150 by 100 pixels.
Yeah.
Because it is quite tiny. And it is a couple of hundred miles. It's probably like 300 miles away at that point, given the angle that I am to it.
So do you have some experience
that's exactly what I saw, man.
So you do have some experience with photography and telescopes, GB?
Well, yeah, I went to a star party out camping, and we were looking at, the what is it, the Ring Nebula, the Cigar Galaxy.
Well, I've never seen any of them through the telescope, so you're lucky.
Oh, I mean, these guys had powerful telescopes, and it was a lucky day.
Yeah. I've never seen it through a telescope yet, so it'll be an experience when I ever do. Yes, Death. No, we don't want to bring that into it just yet. We've got to learn all the precursor elements to all that before we bring that into it, because that is a thing with the flat earthers. They'll bring up these certain topics and certain things that are out there, and then you've got to work backwards from that to get the understanding of what it is. And it's like I don't know, what's the word for it, Alan? when they bring up things like that. What Death's talking about at
Oh, yeah, they don't.
at that end of the spectrum of their argument, because they'll bring up something at that end of it. Because we've got other things we can
Yeah,
talk about before we even get to that.
yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. That's advanced flirtism. Is that word?
Yeah.
I know it seems like I'm kind of, a little bit like, oh, I want to feel like I belong with the flat earthers, but there's things that I saw that just it doesn't make sense. And I struggle to kind of like I've seen people go, you fuck face, and I just don't want to deal with that, like,
Oops, swear jar. But it was in
oh, sorry about that.
but it
I'll
was
have
in.
to give you $1.
Yeah, I've got a swear jar. How do you think I make me money, GB?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and that is Saturn.
Yeah.
yeah. And that is Venus that's up there now.
Ah,
So do you think
that's
the
that?
ISS.
That's the ISS again. Yes.
Yeah, but GB, these are all just stickers on the dome.
Yeah, they're just stickers. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't believe that they're moving objects, so I don't think stickers move. They stick. I mean, I may not be mathematical or any.
No, neither GB.
Genius,
You're in the same boat as me. I only went to year 10 in high school. I learnt 1 + 1 = 2. I know what a triangle is. I know what a square is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems is, of course, that the globe is actually really big. So when you go outside and just cursorily look at it, it does indeed look very flat. Yeah, especially if you go to the beach or whatever and you look at the water, it looks really flat. So yeah, it can be a bit hard to look at that and then go, is it really that shape? Because when I look at it, I don't see that.
Hey, so what's this picture? Azimuth and bearing. I don't even know what azimuth is.
Azimuth is that's the compass bearing. So azimuth is a circle horizontally around you, and elevation is the angle upwards from the horizon.
I think we'll have to show an image of that so we.
Oh, azimuth, like 3, 2. Like there's this game I was playing, this European game of you're driving a tank, and it goes azimuth 3, 2, 0, and and so that means it's the degree upwards.
It's the let me.
Yeah,
let me find one of those images to stick on there. But it's not hard for me to find.
Out of all your images,
I've just got to find the right. I've just got to find the right folder for the photographs. I've got a lot of folders of photographs.
GB, for Alan to look for a photo, it's like a box of Lego, and you're trying to find a certain colour in the bottom of the box. That's what Alan's like, trying to find a photo.
Also, by the way, I want to say that debate flat Earth sounds like a good name, like debate, right? Like to debate. Like I never heard of people really getting really mad at each other at debate flat Earth so much.
They do. They do over debate flat Earth. They talk over each other. They swear at each other. It's a shit show sometimes.
But they're not live though, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're live on YouTube.
Do they get a lot of views?
Pardon?
Do they get a lot of views from YouTube?
Yeah, I'd say they do. What are they getting?
Well, maybe they just like the whole drama of it.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah. Well, exactly. Let me see where they are.
Because you can't set in YouTube rated for this or anything like.
See if I can find it.
Oh, we were talking about doxing. We were talking about doxing yourself. Yeah,
there we go. The server as well.
No. Look, I took this photo. This was on my phone, and this is an app called Dioptra. which allows you to.
Then it says,
Oops, sorry.
Oh, it switched again.
Sorry about that, Alan.
It's. Oh, what did you do?
I pressed play on the live stream of Debate Flat Earth and More.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise you were. So, could you ask me to get up the picture of the dioptra picture, didn't you?
The diopter, yeah, this picture right here, right?
This picture that I'm now sharing as my webcam. Yeah. So yeah. Talk about doxing yourself. So my latitude and longitude to 7 decimal places should pretty much get you close.
So if someone really wanted to do the math and looking on the map and pinpoint where you were, it's like if they really wanted to find out where you lived, it's like
if I'm pretty sure if you typed those numbers into the search bar in Google Earth, it would bring you straight down on my house.
I want to try it. I'm half tempted.
But yeah, so the azimuth and bearing. So the azimuth is the 171 degrees, and it's based on the geographic North Pole. So i.e. the axis of rotation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And if you want the bearing, yeah, and you can also do it as south 81 east, and then the elevation is actually the value on the left-hand side. Sorry, the right-hand side.
Is that better? So you can see.
Because I'm
South 81 east.
no, the 8.4 degrees on the Terry. My problem is that I'm looking at it on my screen, and because it's my webcam, I'm seeing it full screen mirrored.
Oh no!
So I keep wanting to say left side when it's actually the right side of the image. But the 8.4 degrees on the right side is the angle up to the center of that crosshair.
Yeah, like so the azimuth 171 degrees, right? Where
yeah, that's I apologize. My mistake. It's actually the magnetic North Pole that's on. So that's 171 degrees to the magnetic pole, because dioptry uses the magnetic sensors in the phone to work out the direction.
See, if I was playing a game right now, like one of my tank games, like I wouldn't really be able to understand how to figure out where the azimuth, when it says a report where the enemy tank is, azimuth, this, and then it's like, okay, so is that another word for bearing in Russian? I don't know. Like
no, bearing is azimuth and azimuth and bearing are essentially two different English words for the same thing.
Oh, so it's basically like visual. Oh, they're the same thing.
Yeah, and there's different ways of writing, and of course there's different ways of writing it. In this case, the first value, the value on the left that's under the word azimuth, is 171 degrees. So 0 degrees is the direction to magnetic north, and then you go clockwise 171 degrees to get the bearing of where this was pointing.
So it's the same thing as when I played, for example, Silent Hunter 3 or any of those where you're looking at where it shows the bearing, and that it goes 180 degrees, which is behind the submarine, and
which
0
is south.
degrees, but it does show the compass as well.
Yeah, because this is the other thing. You can have essentially an absolute bearing based on the direction to the North Pole, or you can have a relative bearing based on some other reference point.
I didn't know that.
In aircraft, and obviously on ships and stuff, you will often call a bearing out based on the angle from the direction the hull is pointing or the fuselage is pointing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So straight in front of you is 0 degrees, left of you is 90 degrees, right of you is 270, and behind you is 180. So yeah, this is why I said the azimuth and bearing, which is the same thing, essentially. This is based off the the magnetic North Pole.
Oh, okay. So it's based off bearing of the magnetic North Pole.
North Pole, because obviously the magnetic North Pole is nowhere near the geographic North Pole. I think there are 1,000. I think
It's
it's
based
about
off the
1,500.
Earth, basically.
It's based off the Earth, but the magnetic center in the north is about 1,500 miles away from the geographic pole. So it's off the axis of rotation. I have to say that in my location, the difference between magnetic north and geographic north is less than 1 degree.
I just figured out how to navigate my Zoom, and it just pops up I think I am on my app actually, and it's I don't know how to navigate my app, and it's I'm on it, so it's
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's
apparently I can record this too. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's it's being recorded in the live stream anyway. But that's the bearing, and then the elevation, the angle upwards, is 8.4 degrees.
Okay. Oh,
so that's the number on the right hand side.
4 degrees. Okay, so that's close to the horizon.
Yes, it's quite close to the horizon. You can see that actually at the point where because you have to tap the screen to take the photo, it's really hard to keep. And I'm hand holding the phone up. It's really hard to keep the crosshair on the target, and it's also quite hard for the camera to focus on it, which is why the moon, which is why the moon is somewhat out of focus on this image. And I have no idea what the bright object off to the left is. Off to the right is. I'm sure there's loads of people around who can use the information in the top left, because it's got the UTC time and date and all the other things, to go to somewhere like Stellarium. There's a program called Stellarium that would actually tell you what that object, what that star or planet is that's near the moon in that photograph.
There's apps out there you could just point at it with your phone and it'll tell you where it is.
Yeah. There's a desktop version of a program called Stellarium that you can set pretty much any date and time in, and then watch it. So since the date and time is there and all the other bits, you can actually use Stellarium to confirm the stuff that's in this image. But yeah, so that's the important. And of course the one on the other side, the one on the left, tells me whether I'm holding the camera level, and I've got a less than 1 degree, almost 1 degree tilt to the. Not sure.
Hey, I'm gonna mute myself on here, and I'm probably gonna just listen in. So I'm just pretty much gonna lay down and try not to listen to the birds and listen to what you guys are saying. It's kind of like, you know, a Twitch stream, right? Like I fall asleep to that. So
All right, smart.
all right. Well, if you guys happen to be around or on the Discord and you're streaming again on Zoom, I'm definitely down to join.
Yeah, well, check my channel every now and again. You'll see what videos get posted, and you can always put comments in there. And the section that we did post, I did post those videos are meant to go in a place called Any Other Vids, but I'll leave them for now in there for you. But usually we just put comments in there if you want to touch base with anyone and see who's online and whatever. We can always come in there and have a bit of a chat whenever you're around. And if you don't want to be in the gem type server or the 24-hour type server, because like you were saying about the gem server, it's called Debate Flat Earth and more, and words like that. Well, that's why I named my channel like the Aussie Perspective, the Discord, because it's a perspective. You have a different people have different perspectives on.
But the only perspective is an Aussie perspective. I'm just joking.
So basically you're talking about your perspective, and then you'll hear about the Aussie perspective. Yeah.
Am I an Aussie? Do I belong?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, well, you got to.
Am I one of the Aussies?
Well, I don't know, Alan. What's his initiation process going to be yet? We don't know.
Well, I'm a Newfoundlander. I kissed the cod. So how do you become an Aussie?
That's all right. You're a colonist, aren't you?
Oh, what?
Colonist? You're a colonist. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at how Canada took they were conquerors more than colonists.
Yeah, but you fit into the same group of colonists as convicts or colonists. Australia, the Americas. But at least you're Canadian, so you didn't revolt.
Yeah, we didn't. I guess we don't revolt. There's starting to be a number of us.
Although.
Thinking of the whole waking up thing, actually, there's a number of people I've ran into in my life that actually say, and I can't mention it here on the stream, but unless you don't mind, it's about the whole thing about the vaccines and all that.
I don't really want to go down there, but you can speak generically about it without actually bringing up the wording so much. If you want to make
so I was told, don't get the vaccine. Some people in the other Discord said that, this thing, it's actually not, it's going to happen for a long while, right? It's going to happen, and we're in for the long haul, and they're saying it's only temporary or whatever that guy said. But basically what I'm saying is I have my father and couple of friends of mine telling me don't get the vaccine. There's also neighbors of mine telling me that, well, I don't even know where they got that from about nanomachines. There's no nanomachines in the vaccine. I don't think it's all that bad, really, but I don't know.
I think getting vaccinated against this virus is the best thing you can do, because you have to remember, so far we have treatments that can manage viruses. We have no cures for viruses. So
the best way to kind of come up with a similar thing to a cure is like a virus.
Don't get it in the first place.
It's a temporary thing to get a virus, but you get the treatment for it that can help you get over it faster and easier.
Yeah, but this is a virus that quite wants to, is quite good at killing you. So
well, the Spanish flu was also quite good at killing you too in 4 hours.
Yeah, that's why people get flu shots every year, so that they don't get so that they don't get the flu, and it kind of works, because it's been working, because up until now we haven't had a major pandemic for a very long time. I think we've been very lucky in that
Yeah.
the last time there was a major global pandemic was actually 1919.
Was that the Spanish flu?
That was the Spanish flu at the end of, and the thing that was very particular about the Spanish flu was that it particularly took young, fit people.
Yeah, like people that were healthy.
Yes. And of course, it was the end of World War One, and there were an awful lot of people who were in the various militaries of the world waiting to be discharged, and it went through those barracks. Sorry, I've just seen Dora's comment in the side chat. Nobody expected the Spanish flu. Yeah, it went through those barracks and killed an awful lot of young men. In fact, I think this 1919 Spanish flu outbreak killed more people than World War One did.
Yeah, wow. So like this virus is actually killing more people than World War II.
Exactly.
So it's like, the fact that, but that's where I kind of go to question, like, they might, people say, oh, you're a mainstreamer, you don't care about all this stuff, you're like one of the rest of the sheeples, and it's like, no, I bet you they're actually saying some actual things and in a way that we can understand. Like, not all of us are, scientists, right?
We're not all epidemiologists and virologists, but many, I blues an engineer. I have an engineering background, although I've never actually worked as a chartered engineer. So of course, I've worked with scientists and what have you, and so you learn to trust the people of the other disciplines. They don't know very much about your discipline, you don't know much about theirs, but you know enough to trust them. So that's and I think that's one of the things we're starting to lose, is that that on the fringes, people are not trusting, though. It's like, oh, we have to question everything, and not accept that these people have spent many years studying and learning about this stuff.
So I kind of think that, like, even my own father does not know how important it is to get this vaccine, and it but yeah, I'm the basis on what your guys are saying is, yeah, get the vaccine, and I'm glad I'm not getting that AstraZeneca.
Hey, I got the AstraZeneca and I'm fine. And
really?
Yeah. The blood clot thing, is it the blood clot thing you're worried about with the AstraZeneca?
Well, that's what's been blowing up even on mainstream news.
Yeah. Remember, if I was to fly to Australia, I would have a higher risk of having a thrombosis than I have from taking the vaccine.
Well, I've also been interested in also Moderna and Pfizer, because they're a new generation, like today, like absolute up-to-date generation of vaccines. Like, they were newly invented, they've been around longer, and it's like they're actually out of the box type of thing that they made that would battle the virus, that AstraZeneca and Janssen, they're the old type. Like, they're the the type that were made after years, like influenza vaccines, right? Like they were made that way, like they were made that similar way, using the
Yeah.
type of you know, virus unactivated in that thing, where they're using the RNA and stuff, and I'm kind of quite interested in trying that out, actually.
Yeah. It honestly, I don't think it matters which one of the vaccines you get. I believe they are all about as effective as each other.
Okay.
The good thing about it is that we have a variety to choose from if we need to, and there's different. The different manufacturers can produce. You can manufacture lots of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, actually, to be honest, because of my health conditions, um, you know, I I could I have to worry about thrombosis anyway. I actually have to wear, like the compression stockings that you get for long haul flights. I have to wear them all the time. I'm not in bed asleep
Oh, okay.
because I have a back injury that means that I spend most of my time sat down. And I still wasn't worried about getting the AstraZeneca, because over here in the UK you pretty much get whatever vaccine the centre happens to have.
One thing I dislike about being on a plane is that you're in such a cramped place, and you're sitting there with very little, quality, and then you're sitting there, your legs are exactly at that position, maybe a little bit forward, and then your legs are getting sore, and you can't move unless you got to go to the bathroom, right? You can't just get up and stretch.
Yeah, I think the worst one I did was 13 hours in a Boeing 747, London Gatwick Airport to Orlando.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can imagine going for that far away. Like a 747 is long distance, so that's longer than what I've traveled. I've traveled from Alberta to Nova Scotia.
That's probably that's going to be almost the same distance as a transatlantic flight.
Well, keep in mind, I've also stopped at Toronto Airport and then stretched a bit, but then didn't take long where I got back on the plane again to go the rest of the way. But my legs just still, yeah, and also being tired, like, oh my God, man. I also, when the plane suddenly dropped a little bit, and I'm like, I'm not taking a plane ever again.
Flying's fun.
I'll play flight sim, but I'm not flying a plane. Or
one thing I always say, and I'm sure Blue would back me up on this, if you ever get a chance to take a flight in a light aircraft, go for it. It's so much better than being in a.
Well, I'd like to be in a Learjet 45 then.
No. I'm talking about a proper light aircraft. Like a Cessna or a Beechcraft.
I've been in a Cessna, actually. I've been in a Cessna. It was quite a nice view. It was like touring around. We were just flying around, and
yeah,
it was actually kind of fun. And I actually was talking on the radio at that time. I talked on the radio to that airport, going, yeah, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta type thing, But then I choked. I was like, I can't do this. I don't want to mess up, you guys, It was fun though. But anyway, don't mind me. I'm going silent.
Okay, well, we'll speak to you later then. So, Terry, you there?
Oh shit! I was trying to talk it then, Alan.
Were you muted again?
Yes, you missed out on all those all that stuff I said.
Sorry.
Okay. GBs, that's okay, mate. Um, well, I don't know, Alan. Do you think we should jump him in? I know the Peanuts don't mind Lindsay. They love him.
Well, I mean, GB's going on. GB's going quiet for a bit, so yeah, we can do a Lindsay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Oh shit.
Um,
That was quick.
Yeah, I just took a quick smoke and then
Oh, okay.
Um, but I
now
should probably lay down for a bit.
if you're going to be listening, we play a few videos that people have made. This one here is a person. I don't know how to explain this person, but then we do have other videos that we play of variations, varieties. Some say flat Earth gravity experiment, and Everett Anderson does a bit of a critique on that, of a flat earther that does an experiment with flat Earth with gravity. And I think I've got another one here. Everett did another one called Pennington's Flat Earth Experiment. So in these videos, we see how some flat earthers do some experiments or what they say, and then we can stop it, see where they might be wrong or where they might be missing out on something, as well as Everett Anderson's take on it as well. It's not meant to be a negative, derogatory type look at it, but we just watch it and have a bit of a discussion about it. The videos. We can pause them at any time if you have questions. So just say, if you are listening and you're not talking, you can just say pause, and I can pause the video, any of the videos at any time. Okay, so I'll get rid of that. Now, Lindsay, you probably won't want to pause because we want to get him over and done with really quick. Paul's not here tonight, Alan.
I know.
Dora said, doing a Lindsay, I don't have a whiteboard. Get Professor on. He has a nice one. Yeah, he does. Professor Phil does have a nice whiteboard.
Yeah. And I think Professor Phil's really lucky that he's got Cumberland sausages, because I love Cumberland sausages.
Oh, I've got no idea what difference they are to normal sausages.
They're slightly. They've got sort of herbs and spices in them, and a proper one is quite a long sausage. It's curled up in a spiral.
Wow. Okay. Oh, here we go. It's a 20-minute version, this one. I might jump him up at a slight speed like we did normally once before. What'd we have him on, 1.5 or 1.25? I forget now.
I think he's just about understand. Well, sorry, I think you can make out what he's saying on 1.5. I won't say that it makes sense because I don't think it makes sense whatever speed you play it at.
Well, GB is Canadian, and this guy's Kiwi, so he may be able to understand him.
Well, I'm from Canada. Oh man, I'm starting to hate it when people say I'm from Canada for some reason.
Did you say Newfoundland? Didn't you?
Well, I'm not from Newfoundland. I'm from my family's from Nova Scotia.
Okay. Now, don't ask me to explain how his model works, GB. It'll probably take too long to understand it, but it's basically a donut-shaped Earth with all sorts of woo and Egyptian physics. Well, we call it Egyptian because he spelt Egyptian wrong one time. It's got toroidal fields in the middle. It's got planets and sun in the middle with a black hole. Where's the magnets come from? There's a magnetic something toroidal field that goes around the middle, and okay, it's too hard to explain.
How does science know there's space out there and there's a vacuum? Apart from deceiving humanity and making out they've flown spaceships out there, it only takes a half wit to realise they were firing atomic weapons into the atmosphere, and they were going off. They were hitting the firmament. The firmament being layers of gas. You can't get beyond those layers of gas. So how do they know there's a vacuum out there? They know there's a vacuum out there just like I know there's a vacuum somewhere. Because I've done research too. It only took me a year
Has he been
to figure it
eating
out.
on camera?
But where is a vacuum? You get a vacuum inside a strong magnetic field.
Yes, Phil,
So
I
where
see
do you get a
that.
strong magnetic field? At the centre. The centre. Where are they trying to get plasma at the moment?
Sorry to interrupt the video, GB, but we have an actual Professor Phil Bell in the side chat that has actually credentials for putting rockets in space, especially satellites. So if you want to have a discussion with him sometime when he comes on, you can have a discussion with him about rockets going into space.
At the centre of this.
All right. I'm just gonna go just watch this video and chill and whatnot. Watch the live stream and
Okay.
sounds good. I'll talk to him at Mountain Time when I'm awake or something. So.
Yeah. We'll set it up one time. He's usually around, so you can have a good discussion with him one time when you're awake. Okay, mate.
All right.
Yeah. How do they say? Tokamak reactor through a strong magnetic field. Just like this, there's a strong magnetic field. Magnetic convergence. There's a convergence and a divergence there, actually.
Why's he got a sticky
In the
finger in
centre
the
of a
magnet?
strong magnetic field. Like Rodin coils and that. Over unity in those Rodin coils.
Over unity.
What's happening at the centre of them? You've seen them on YouTube? They have a magnetic field. You can balance metal in there. A strong magnetic field. What does Earth look like? Earth looks like a ring magnet. What's at the centre of the Earth? A strong magnetic field. You don't have to get in there to find it. You just have to understand it and have done a bit of research. I have, and I've discovered the whole design of the flat Earth.
By just getting a
In there
magnet
is a
off a
strong
speaker.
magnetic field. We can't get in there to find it. You can fly a plane in there if you want to the centre of the Earth, but it's going to hit the flipping firmament and you're going to crash. Just like if you fly out here. You can't get beyond these points. In that strong magnetic field, right, just like the ring magnet, is the plasma, is the sun. Our whole universe is in there, in the vacuum of space. So the strong magnetic field creates a vacuum. So what's a black hole? Black hole's in there. The black hole creates a suction. Everything gets sucked back down the black hole. That will be the magnetic convergence. Everything gets sucked back down here. This is how flat Earth works. That's the tropics. Where the field come out and gets sucked back down the centre of the central vortex. So our main sphere that we live inside, most likely is, an actual full sphere, but we're inside it, in this realm. So we've got a field of divergence being pulled to this third entity here. These are two opposing forces. They'll do nothing until this third entity is created. The only way it's created is through the sun being created. So there's no sun, there's no third entity. So the dual system just did nothing. It needs to rush to a third entity, to an opposite. Not two opposing forces bouncing off each other. It had to have the opposite force for them to rush to. And once this is created, it rushes to its opposite force, which is the strong magnetic field in here. So you can say it's a strong magnetic field and a weak magnetic field. But it's basically high pressure and low pressure, the same thing. So they know there's a vacuum in here. It's a no-brainer. That's how Earth works. It's this vacuum being sucked back into here, and these two currents coming down here, going through the Earth and being sucked back up there. They get drawn in, bang, they're opposites, and they bang, hit it in the magnetic field. The vacuum, very strong magnetic field, the vacuum, which is the black hole, which goes bang when the pressure's built up, which creates the sun. and the sun is sitting on.
That didn't make sense. That didn't make no sense at all there. It's, how can a vacuum...
Terry, well, he's talking about he's talking about electromagnetic fields here.
yeah.
So yeah, they can exist in a vacuum. That's not a problem.
Right.
But oh, sorry, he's talking about electric and magnetic fields as well, which can also, because I think because of course he's talking about both. Yeah. What can I say about this? Oh yeah, I know. Oh, so no, damn, hit the wrong key. Blah 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 blah. That was what it was supposed to be. Blah 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 blah.
I know. That's worse. That was a worse word salad, I tell you.
On the inside edge of the black hole. Once it's created, it just keeps sucking in and recycling itself. So,
hey, if something goes into a black hole, how can it recycle? Because once it's gone into the black hole, that's it. It's gone.
Yeah, Terry. Remember, he's got so far down this rabbit. He's got so far down his own rabbit hole that the words. Yeah, he's gone past being fractally not even right. Sorry, not even right. So he's got fractally gone past fractally not even wrong.
Gone past that. How can you? Yeah, well, okay, that's hard to imagine that, but yeah okay.
You know, it's you're going down and down and down through all those fractals of not even wrong.
Yeah, and I've seen fractal videos of how far you can go to the power of when they zoom in on them.
Yeah. They go forever. And he's got past that. He's somehow got past that.
Anyway.
So the whole system is recycling. Down there, cuts across, up there. Sun goes inside there to keep the sun going.
Okay.
Sun passes by and goes down, gets sucked to here,
some
and gets
some
pulled
go
down
past
to Earth.
by. How do they
it gets
pass
pulled
by?
down. The low pressure is shooting up, and this is the opposing forces.
He then says that one bit's a vacuum and now it's not a vacuum and it's got pressure and it pull, but pressure doesn't affect magnet. Yeah. I'm assuming he's talking about air pressure, which of course would not interact with the magnetic field in any significant way.
Air pressure would fill that vacuum, so there'd be no vacuum left.
Unless there's a force to stop, unless of course there's a force acting to remove the gas molecules from that area.
Yeah, but
that's the black. That's the black hole.
oh dear. Oh, okay.
No, the black hole would be pulling everything in.
Yeah.
At least if it used
Yes, Sebulon. He's rabbit hole, yes. Yeah, how's it recycling if the sun is consuming part of it?
Yeah. Opposing. So
He's confused himself. Yeah, I think he's confused himself on that one.
these would be counter forces. They're both the same. It's the opposing force that gets pushed out. So one force pulls the other. So that being squeezed out causes this to go down because they're pulling on each other. That's what keeps the whole system going. This gets pulled down to the tropics, through the Earth, and back up here.
Yeah, you can just draw it on there. It doesn't mean it makes sense.
Why does it do a figure of 8, Lindsay? Why does it do a figure of 8 like that? And remember, of course, this is also a cross section through something that I believe is supposed to be circular.
Yeah.
So of course it's doing a figure of 8 all the way around the toroid.
But that's only half his donut that he's drawn a cross section through. So it's like as if
Well,
it
yeah,
comes down to the surface of the Earth, goes through below the surface somehow into the Earth, and then back up.
yeah. Well, remember the big circle on the top right hand side is him looking down
Yeah,
on it
that's looking down. Yeah.
with with what is supposed to be north or whatever in the vortex in the middle, and then what he's working on now is the cross section.
Yeah.
But how does it do a figure of 8, Lindsay? How does it know? How does it know which way when it's coming down? How does it know which way it's got to go?
Yeah. Well, he drew it that way. Easy. Just draw it.
There, even physics and science will tell you. What do they call it? Can't remember. But it's going to the sun, but it doesn't all go to the sun. It passes by the sun.
What passes by the sun? He started his sentence, finished with a conclusion without knowing what he was talking about. Was he talking about magnetics or the? That bit was confusing. I'm not going to rewind it.
Oh, can't think. No, can't think. Anyway.
Yeah, you can't think of it. He's stuck.
And here is the vacuum of space.
Oh, just in that
bit.
You
can never get there. Everything is created here, amplified out into our realm. See, we're all from in here. Could be the size of a football or a fist, but it's been magnified into our realm. So now, the centre of that, it becomes the centre of this.
Magnified by what?
That's where we see the sun and the planets around the ecliptic, isn't it? In this area here. Remember, what's horizontal here is vertical here. No, hang on, that's not right. No, it's
I think.
Well, unless it is sitting in there like this.
Wait a minute.
And that's what the Egyptians have left us. So maybe it must be all vertical. So I can imagine this in here like this: planets, 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 planets.
Oh, God.
Because the Milky Way is vertical in here, and the Milky Way is seen out here horizontally, isn't it?
Is it? I don't
So
think
therefore, it must be like that because we're seeing the planets out in the ecliptic.
Not the videos I've seen of people videoing the Milky Way. It doesn't look horizontal. Because we're on it in a different tilt, ecliptic plane or whatever you call it, than the Milky Way.
Yeah. Well, the ecliptic plane of the solar system isn't parallel with the plane of the Milky Way. And of course, you Southern Hemisphere guys, you get a much better view of it than we do up here in the north. We've got to wait something like 250,000 years.
Really?
Till we get round the other side and get the good view.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, because obviously, as we rotate around as the solar system rotates around the center of the galaxy, and the fact that we're on it eventually get to the point where the good view is in the northern hemisphere. Because obviously,
are you going to video that with your new camera by then?
Yeah, probably, Terry.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
Well, as you know, I've got one decent photo of the Milky Way that I took outside here.
What are you two chatting about, you and Death?
Oh, aerobatics in my case, aerobatics in a de Havilland chipmunk, and in one's case, aerobatics in a Cessna 152 Aerobat. They're both light aircraft,
Yeah.
propeller-driven thingies. The Chipmunk was the standard initial training aircraft for the Royal Air Force, the Royal Canadian Air Force, I think the Royal Australian Air Force, and the New Zealand Air Force, to name one of many. It was a really popular two-seat training aeroplane. Oh, and now it's time to take the medication.
Okay. On that note.
But, you know, we're keeping that out of the. Sorry, I was going to say we're keeping that inside chat, so don't worry.
It's just a true flat Earth model. You can't debunk it. It's been found now.
Well, it's too fast. He's too fast now.
You've got the rest of Earth down here. But we're in a realm that's not physical. It's only physical due to our five senses. You have to get that in your head. So that's just looking through it. That's a slice through the donut. This is
yeah, we know that.
It's like a donut, but the centre ring of the donut is way back in here, and that's the strong magnetic field. That's looking down, but that field comes right out to the equator, celestial equator, because that's the northern rotation, sky rotation we all see. Polaris at the centre, right out to the celestial equator, and then you've got the southern field and that rotation. That rotation.
It doesn't explain why we can't see it though.
People say they can't get their head around the fact that look how small that is compared to out here. Well, that image there is the same as that image there, and then they get all confused because it's getting so big out here. It's just the way it is.
Yeah,
in search
exactly.
Navigation. I've just shown in my videos. That is equal to that, and I've been saying it all along in all my videos.
God, I need to move back. I need to move back away from my desk, I think.
Okay. Yeah, keep your monitors back out of punching range.
The more we move south, the more we expand with the magnetic field.
Huh?
We expand with it.
Hey? How can a magnetic field expand?
Oh, so what he's basically saying is that magic makes the measured, although it's big, everything's larger. Oh, you know, so everything's further apart. As you move out, we get bigger as well. So when we measure everything with the stuff we're measuring with, it gets bigger too. Magic.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, the centre there, the equator is here. There's south out here. And there's north back in there, and there's north.
Yeah.
So looking at side on through the torus.
But south is the other side as well, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, south.
According to him.
Well, south's all the way round.
Well,
and there's one thing he's also forgetting, which he should bloody well know because he's got a load of them stuck to that whiteboard and he does stupid things with them.
Yeah.
The poles on those magnets are on the flat surfaces. So one flat surface is the North Pole, the other flat surface is the South Pole.
like this.
I thought the centre
Not the middle and the edge.
I thought those magnets was the other way around, with the centre being one pole and the outer edge being at the other pole. Okay.
Well, no, because one way round you can stack them, and the other way round they repel each other.
Okay. Well, yeah, I've never played with those speaker magnets to know what they do. I've got a broken one out in the shed I use as a magnet, just a piece. And yes, it magnetises itself on the flat side to a bit of metal. Yeah, I get you.
So I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, the way because I've got a broken one piece out in the shed. I'll have to get an old speaker and pull it apart and have a look.
Here is equal to what's going on in here. Or if you want to go that way, or say the centre, your angles, your sextant readings are all the same here as they would be out there. It's all equal. But Earth is flat, so you can be anywhere out here, and you'll get all these readings come down into your arc of horizon.
I wonder if he'll ever get to the point of when we're looking out over the horizon, Alan, to do with the drop and all that stuff.
Well, of course, it's still not explained how a horizon even happens.
Yeah, he hasn't really got into that yet.
Because you can't actually have a. Well, I suppose if you've got. Yes, you can have a horizon. As long as it's not infinite, you can have a horizon. But you're not going to have a defined horizon on an infinite plane.
No.
You get that? You're inside the donut. Inside the donut. The little centre hole of the donut's back here. So you get all your GPS and celestial navigation all there like that. Because that is equal to that. And it's a nice clean dome over your head. And you're at the centre.
And how do those... Lindsay, hang on. Lindsay just admitted there's GPS satellites.
Yeah, he did say GPS, yes.
Not only did he say GPS, he said GPS satellites.
Mm.
So where are the GPS satellites then, Lindsay?
Okay. Let's see if we can get it. He does say it here somewhere. He says
Is equal to what's going on in here. Or if you want to go that way, we'll say the centre. Your angles, your sextant readings, are all the same here.
Yeah, sextant readings as well.
Yeah.
Would be out there. And it's all equal. But Earth is flat. So you can be anywhere out here. And you'll get all these readings come down into your arc of horizon. You get that? You're inside the donut. Inside the donut. The little centre hole of the donut's back here.
Oh, didn't he mention your arc of horizon was basically your field of view as you turned around? That's all he could explain.
I think he's kind of trying to invoke personal domes. Yes.
Yeah, that was it.
But there seemed to be a lot of flaw in it, in that he can't 3D.
Yeah, no, he can't 3D.
So you get all your GPS and celestial navigation.
Sorry, I thought you said satellites, but
I think he said GPS.
All your GPS.
Is he saying celestial navigation or?
Yeah, I think that was and celestial navigation.
So you get all your GPS and celestial navigation all.
Yeah, I think he's saying celestial navigation.
All there like that, because that is equal to that, and it's a nice clean dome over your head, and you're at the centre.
Huh?
But if you look at this way, when we move this way, we are just expanding with the field. Your science will tell you that. It's proven here. In celestial navigation, it's your longitudes. It's just the way it is, and that is equal. That degree, let's say 15 degrees, is equal to this 15 degree back there, and that time is the same back there. And what do we have on clocks? A clock hand, exactly the same time here as it is down here. It all works. You can't debunk it.
Speeds.
So they've never been anywhere. Science, they've never been out to find the vacuum. They cannot. They just know it's there because they know of magnetic fields. They know about magnets and magnetic fields. And they know they need a really strong magnetic field to get the plasma, to create the plasma in there. Well, you get the real strong magnetic field and this vortex thing going on, this same shape, vortex spinning, powerful magnetic field, you get to a certain point and bang, you get the voltage. That's what it is, that's the sun. Get the strong voltage. And once you've built the pressure up and that's created, that just starts everything flowing. And this is how we're going to get the free energy. But first you have to create the right model. This model here. But at the moment, currently the tokamak is just a single system like this part here. Go online, you'll see it. And they think they're going to make the plasma in here. They don't have this, that's the center part, but they reckon the plasma, they're trying to create it here. No, they have to have a dual system like this. Have this coming up and flowing back in there, and that will drive the whole system. This is where the free energy is going to come into it. but the free energy comes from our atmosphere, our ether. It'll be getting sucked in here.
What? The atmosphere's the ether. I thought it was space was meant to have been the ether.
It's supposed to be a vacuum that you don't have.
Well, yeah, the ether. I know we still colloquially talk about the ether, oh damn! I know we talk about the ether, and but because it was a theory that held a lot of sway for a long time. I think we use it, but of course we know that it's not actually a thing now, or at least most. Sorry, Terry, just having a bit of a.
That's okay.
Brain.
Flowing up like this, down
No, you don't have to over-explain it. It's okay. We'll get there.
there, and out and around here. Down there, and back
When
up.
this is Zebulon wants to know. When this is all done, will you explain to me what it all means, Terry?
There. But at the same time, it's getting sucked back down here, creating the energy. We need to draw this energy. They know how to draw the energy.
I'll just get Alan to press one of those keys on the keyboard that'll give you the answer what it all means.
From the plasma. Otherwise, it
Of course.
No, not that one.
wouldn't be building the big tokamak reactor. And so that pressure down into there.
The other one.
I'm saving
The
that
pressure
one.
coming up here.
I'm saving the other one for the end, Terry.
Okay, yeah, that's Zebulon. What Zebulon wants me to explain it all.
Creates the plasma. There's all the energy. It's tapping into that zone there, drawing all the energy off there, and it's all free. Because once you get it going, it's to do with electrons, flowing electrons. And they know about it because, well, they've known about it for 100 years because of the magnetron and the microwave, which I cannot see down there. The magnetron
Don't tell me he's pulled apart a microwave
works in a similar way. The flowing electrons in that. So look into that. So realise vacuums, that's where the vacuum is, in a strong magnetic field. So first you've got to create a strong magnetic field. Anybody can go out and create their own energy if they want. That's not a secret now. Anybody with engineering skills, electrical engineering skills, can go out and create a strong magnetic field based on this model. Tesla talks about it. I've done an earlier video about what he said. This gap here, you could alter this gap, make it narrow or wide or whatever. You want to stick to these same widths here. This measures the same amount of cable as this. They're equal. And that takes us back to what the Greeks have left us. There's lots of information in ancient texts. And the word they're using here is, so we use the word troposphere, isotropic. So isos meaning equal, and tropo meaning turn and change. So that's changing.
Doesn't look equal to me.
Just get your strong magnetic field here, and we can do that with rodent cores in the moment, can't we? Well, if you try and figure out this configuration, there's a strong magnetic field, you get the super duper currents coming out of there. This is half the picture. Earth is a complete sphere, right? So, but we won't need the complete sphere. I don't think so. It will flow because it's based on a magnetic field. It's flowing the magnetic field, and that'll flow. That'll flow around, go up there, go down there, out the bottom, back up there, flow out there, down there. It'll just flow. So it's getting enough current going initially to just set the thing off. And then hopefully we could be able to disconnect the current and let it run by itself.
No, that will never happen.
Huh?
No, you.
Yeah.
He's not. Yeah, that.
Yeah. There's something.
I just. Oh, come on, let's get to the end, and then I can play the clip.
That's the idea. I mean, it'll eventually come. Probably
We're nearly there.
a bit further away at the moment. It's all about the unseen energy, the magnetic fields, not the physical part. So you want free energy over unity. That's the way it goes. So this is most likely hollow up here. So
Huh?
Up here, because you need this room for this to flow. But we're restricted. We're inside
Well,
this
what's that
magnetic field
space?
here.
What's that place
That's where
that's
those
in
celestial
there where
bodies
his
are.
finger is? Then it's just a void.
So
It's
this
the
is why
space
we
where
tend
the
to come back to where we
vortex is.
began. Because of
So it's
this,
just, yeah, but it's a void.
mean,
It'd have to have
this is
something
why they
in
want you to
it.
think you live on a ball,
So it'd be space. It'd be a
and
vacuum.
everything comes back like this.
Yeah.
Well, it does in the centre here, and out here, because you're expanding. It's tricky to get your head around that one,
Yeah.
but it's all coming back to your arc of horizon.
Oh,
So
no.
you draw yourself in there. That's your arc of horizon.
Get
You're
back
at the
to the other
centre.
bit to do
It
for your
all comes back
space.
to you when you get out here. If you can imagine your arc, everything comes back to you. So being out here is all relevant to you. So it's still going to end up the same as back here. When I get to the dead centre, you're sort of out here, but that's basically how you end up back out here. Because it's the same.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, Brain.
Although it gets
Meringue
bigger out here,
cake.
but you're expanding with it. And it's all relative to you.
I like meringues.
Yeah.
It all comes back to you.
My mum used to bake really nice lemon meringue pies. Oh, God, they were nice.
Probably haven't explained that one very
Sorry,
well, but
I know that's random.
No, you didn't
it's
explain
what
that
you
one
made
very
me
well.
think
without them, it's there.
But you made me
Coming
think
back
of
in,
it.
comes back in here. That goes back to the north. That goes back into the south. That goes back to the north. That goes back to the south.
He keeps pointing to south like
So
it's,
imagine you're out there and it's just
one,
It's just all coming back
it's
into
one
you.
position, like in one
Sure
place.
will.
Yeah,
You are the
yeah,
centre of
but
the
it's a
universe.
bloody circle.
You come
Yeah.
from the centre of the universe. Whatever's in there is now being blown up out here. Remember that? Dead centre there is dead centre there. You've come from in there, so you've got your arc of horizon.
Oh my God.
It's
Really?
all I've got on the top of my head at the moment. Remember that? Good luck trying to figure that.
Hey, at least. Oh.
Oh.
Are you talking to retard?
Horse.
Hang on.
Oh, God.
He caught me out unawares with that.
Yeah, you gotta be quick with it.
Mate BG pilot ducked out, so hopefully we can get him back on again.
He seemed like a sense. Oh, for God's sake, Alan, learn to talk. He seemed like a sensible guy
Yeah, that's what I thought.
that's willing to listen to people.
Yeah, and he can have a good conversation about stuff. Now, once I heard that he'd been over on 24/7 and how he got treated over there and what he was listening to, he said he's sort of leaning towards flat Earth for some reason I don't know, because that was a bit unclear. But if he's on the fence and he sees all these things that he sees, whether it be the ISS or whatever, and he's not a math guy, so I can relate to that
Yeah,
with him.
That's
So it's just
Yeah.
learning to explain things in a different way that'll help him understand how things are.
Terry. That's why I hope you didn't mind me kind of taking all that time explaining stuff to him,
Mm.
because in a
Yeah, but you
if-
can
when
over
people
explain
when
a bit.
people-
You can over explain
I
a
know.
bit. Yeah.
I know. You need to tell me to stop at times.
I was going to a couple of times, because when he was butting in, when he could,
Sorry.
sometimes you might have a clarifying question as you're going,
Yeah.
just to clarify. Yeah, I know you want to get it out for what information you have.
I'm so used to being on streams where you got to get it out. You got to get it out without taking a breath, almost, or because otherwise somebody else will just start talking.
Yeah, that's what can happen on other streams. Yeah, I know the ones you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you up to out there, Peanuts? We've done that. We're a bit low tonight. I've got no thumbs up out of you guys out there, So who didn't thumb up? Unless I haven't
I
refreshed.
thumbed up.
Yeah, well, it hasn't refreshed
Yeah.
on my side.
Yeah, you got 12 there, mate.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, well, I got 13 watching, so that's not too bad. Usually I have more, but and we've already been going for 2 hours, so if the numbers aren't
And you
gonna,
started late.
yeah, and I started later, thinking that might have been better. Yes, Death, he's not technically a flatty, but he's been leaning that way because he came from a couple of flat earths. I think he's been on Gems before, but I'm not sure if he said for very much. But he said he was over on 24/7 type places as well. So I think he's just trying to find somewhere to fit in. So, and he did tell me some
Yeah,
bad
well,
stories about how people speak and all that over on 24/7, which everyone knows what how people get treated over there, because we've heard stories about that from a lot of people. But if he's willing to just discuss a few things and we can just explain to him a few things, yeah, that'll be good.
he'd be in the bandy class, would he?
No, I wouldn't call him in a bandy in the band. Put him on the bandy side.
Oh,
Bandy special.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I think he's just looking for somewhere where he can talk with people who will have a decent and reasonable conversation with him about
Yeah.
stuff.
But that's what I was getting at
Join
with the
me.
Aussie Perspective, so to speak, title, Alan, where it's not really um, a designated word like flat Earth or globe Earth or your opinion and all that sort of stuff. It's just a perspective in that
Yeah.
context. So you can come on here. You don't have to label yourself as a particular person. Like I keep wanting to try to get this out to the flat earthers that you gave the title of flurfer or not flurfer, globe earther, globey and all those words to our side that are not flat earthers. We didn't give ourselves that title. We never did. We never had that title anywhere in history in any other derivation in any other title of any other title. So.
Or like planet Earth.
The thumbs up does not auto update anymore. Yeah, I know, Carl. That's okay. I'll take your word for it. I couldn't be bothered trying to refresh it. It'll muck up me
Yeah,
thing I've got
I
here.
think these days the only place you get a reasonable track of what the thumbs up is if you go to the control panel page.
Yeah. I did want to play a little bit of this video. Um, no, not that one. Where is it? I know it goes for an hour and 14 minutes, but I had followed this before, and I don't know what this is. If this is new or not.
Yeah,
But
Spice Barcane, is it?
yeah, slice barcane bending water test results. Wait a minute, I had that pop up. That says it's
Oh,
from
that's from.
2019. What is it doing there?
I know Slide did a live stream last night or the night before.
Okay, so what's this? This popped up in I'll go and check Discord again. Cause I'm sure that popped up there. Or where did I find it? Where did I see that? So I thought this was new. I'll just go back into my Discord and just scroll up. Cause I can't see what. Unless I just go to his channel and just check. Bear with me for a sec while I. Yeah, here it is. Bendy water test. He just posted it. What was he reposted it then? Go to his channel. Have a look. Share screen. I'll share the screen for a sec internally. Go to his channel. We'll see what the story is. Okay, so I don't know where that came from. That's a bit of a mix-up. Yeah, it
Yeah,
came
I
up
was
in.
watching it
Yeah, it
the other.
came up in. Sure you shit.
Yeah, yeah, I was watching it the other day. I forgot which channel it was on.
So I got no idea why it popped up.
YouTube notifications have got a bit
Yeah, that's a bit
weird.
Yeah, that's a bit screwy. That one. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let that go then. Okay, I've got 2 Everett Andersons left here, and I've got Blues Cavendish that I said I wanted to play. So we can either do Everett or the Cavendish Peanuts. What about Southern Hemisphere Globe Head's latest? Southern Hemisphere Globe Head's latest. Who's that? Open tab anything. Just look at that. This is what Carl just posted. Whoop. Carl. Can't have music. So who's this guy? He's got 161 subscribers. Flat Earthers won't answer this question. It's a short one. Yeah, but the music's... Oh, she lives here in South Africa. Okay, I'll play it for you, Carl. It's just the music looked a bit suspicious. So what are we looking at? Oh, so it's just music. 2020 March, Venus and Moon northwest appearing to move simultaneously towards the horizon.
Yeah, I think that's what it says.
You can just make it out. Oh, I can just make it out. Okay. Yeah, that would need some more explanation. She uses a cell phone to make observations that flatties don't want to. Okay. No, we'd have to explain that one a bit more to understand, because I don't know about
Yeah.
celestial bodies that much to know about it.
The question is, why is it that the Moon and Venus seem to be following each other and heading down towards the horizon?
Mm. And we're on an angle
Which
too,
is
by the look of it.
no. I think the dark bit to the right is the side of a building.
Okay. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I see that. That's the roof of a building.
Yeah.
She's
Oh, okay.
facing up. Yeah.
And Venus as well.
Yeah. So obviously the bright spot at the bottom is Venus, and the one at the top is
Okay. You should ask her to drop in sometime. Oh, if you know 'em. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in contact with her as well, actually, Terry. So
Okay.
I just haven't had a chance to speak. I just haven't had a chance to speak with her yet properly because stuff.
So I got a flat Earth gravity experiment from Everett, and Pennington's flat Earth experiments as well. We just watched that. And we got blues. So I'd like to play blues because it does explain a bit, but it'll give us some results. This is his.
Hey, Terry, did you swap the speed back to standard? Because I think if you
Yeah, the speed goes back.
okay,
It does it automatically.
because I've had YouTube keep the speed stuck fast, but I've gone to a new
Should I put it
video
back
and
to
it's like,
720? So, because if I leave it at 1080, it does anything different?
yeah, you can fix it at 720 because I mean, let's face it, you're streaming at 720 anyway, aren't you?
Right. Okay. Yeah, I thought trying to do it trying to watch it at 1080p on my end, where I'm playing it to
Yeah.
myself, but then it's
Does
streaming.
get a bit choppy.
Well, I don't know that if is that what it does, Alan? It disregards the 1080 on my end, and it'll only do it at 720 out to.
Well, you send everything you're sending to YouTube is at 720, so 720, 720. It ain't gonna hurt if you only put it at 720 and then put it full, especially if you then put it full screen.
Okay. Now, what I was saying is when it gets sent from me through to OBS to YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The OBS stream is 720, so
Yeah.
it doesn't. You don't really need to make it higher than that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And sorry, Blue, you missed out on watching it again. Death said if you got a fast connection, it'll do 1080 stream. But but if I've set it to 720, it'll only play it at 720.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Terry's just streaming at 720, so there's no point in playing it more than 720.
Yeah, exactly. But can you watch it at 1080 on your end? My stream?
No,
you
because you're only streaming at 720.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello everybody, welcome to Blue Marble Science. This is part 2 of the testing and measurements of the universal gravitational constant using the Cavendish device. So you guys grab some popcorn and your favorite beverage and we'll go through this thing. We did a summary of all the testing in part 1, so I won't go through that in detail again, but just as a reminder, the first test series consisted of 14 tests, and they were all conducted with the 22 kilogram large mass and 330 gram small masses, and they all used a .007 diameter steel torsion wire, a guitar string in actuality. Now we've done a second series of tests, and this time we have 16 tests. These were conducted again with the 22 kilogram large masses, but this time with the larger 780 gram small masses and 2 different torsion wires. One is a .008 diameter beryllium copper wire and the other is a .007 diameter tungsten wire. So those are the 2 test series that we'll take a look at. Now you recall before that we talked about random error sources, and random errors occur in every experiment. These are things that just happen, well, randomly. And they may appear in some tests and not appear in other tests because they're just random in nature. What we need to do is understand that they have an effect and then do what we need to do to mitigate or minimize that effect. So again, this was talked about in part 1. We're not going to go over this in detail. Just to let you know, though, that these things have been considered and every step possible was taken to control these things. Systematic errors, though, are another thing. These are errors that are constantly present in the experiment. And they're things that you can take into account because they're always there. Cavendish identified 6 different possible systematic errors. The first is an oscillation time correction due to the mass of the balance beam itself. Again, we talked about this in part 1. The second error that Cavendish identified was the gravitational attraction of the balance beam itself. That's just the little lightweight wooden part, and it really has no effect whatsoever. The third error that Cavendish talked about was the reverse attraction to those distant small masses. Now that is an error that needs to be accounted for, and we have done that. The fourth potential error that Cavendish mentioned was the attraction of the brass hanger rods. He found that they had no effect, and I ran a similar test, and I agree they have no effect. The fifth error identified by Cavendish is the attraction of the case itself, and again he found that to be negligible, and I agree with him. And finally, Cavendish identified the influence of the position of the masses on the oscillation period. Now we noticed that, we noted it, we measured it, and it is mitigated simply by making measurements of the time period with the masses in their resting positions, not in a neutral position. So all of that has been taken into consideration, and it results in two corrections. One for the oscillation period correction due to the mass of the beam itself, and you see those here on the screen. Secondly, a correction for the reverse attraction to that small mass that is distant from the large mass. So you'll see these factors included in the spreadsheets that follow. Now let's talk about data collection and analysis. Of course, we can always do it the old-fashioned way, and I've got books full of this stuff, folks. But thanks to modern technology, I've also got about 600 gigabytes of video, so I can always go back, watch the video, and use what you see on the screen and write down some numbers. That makes it a little bit easier, but there's an even easier way of doing it, and that's through the use of a nice little piece of software known as Tracker. This is a video tracking software, and when you use this in combination with a time-lapse video, you get a very nice graph of the oscillation. And it's quite easy then to go back and pick out the peaks and the exact values associated with those peaks. To demonstrate Tracker for you, I've loaded the time-lapse data from April the 18th into Tracker, and that's the video you see sitting here. I've calibrated Tracker. I've given it 200 millimeters from the 100 millimeter mark up to 300 millimeters. So it knows what that linear distance is. And I've given it an origin back here at 100 millimeters also. So every X measurement that Tracker makes is going to be referenced to this origin. Now I've also selected the very left side of the laser spot, right about there, as the point Tracker should look for in each of the frames. And now all we have to do is tell Tracker to search. And away we go. It's an amazing piece of software. It does an extremely nice job. And it's going frame by frame, finding that left side of the laser spot, measuring that offset distance from the origin, and plotting it down here in this table. So you see it as in real time here as it's retrieving that data. Now this runs on for a few minutes. We go through a number of periods of oscillation, and then you're going to see the point where I actually move the large masses, and you're going to see the reaction of the laser here on Tracker. You'll see it, you'll see the sinusoidal oscillation move upscale right there. And now the masses are on the other side, and the oscillation simply continues. So we're going to let this thing run through to the end, and then we'll see if we can make a measurement of the oscillation period. Still got a little ways to go. You can see where it is down here on this slider. That's the end point right there. So it's almost there. Just got a few more frames to go. And we're done. So in this table, we have the time in seconds. And you'll notice that each one is 20 seconds apart. and that was the frame rate that we used for the time lapse. So let's go back. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 periods and figure out the time from what Tracker collected here. Let's put our pointer back there. And now what we want to look for here in the X displacement is a maximum. And there we have 119.1 at 6100. So write down 6100. Now let's go back to this peak, this extreme point here. And again, we want to find the maximum value, and here we go to 133.2. We've got two of them, 133.2 and 133.2. One at 300 seconds, one at 320. So let's call it 310. 6100 minus 310 will be 5,790 seconds. If we divide that by 6, we'll get the period of oscillation. I'll be right back. 5790 divided by 6 is 965 seconds. And that's how we can make measurements with Tracker. We can take the data in multiple methods, ranging from real-time data collection, as Cavendish did it, and that is a total pain in the neck, trust me. Or we can video record the experiment and then go back and retrieve these extreme positions. Or we can use software like Tracker. But the objective, of course, is to find the resting points with the masses in alternate positions. That change in displacement is what allows us to calculate the value of the gravitational constant. So now we need a method of finding the resting point. And there are a couple of ways of doing this. Now this is another plot of the April 18th data taken by Tracker. And one thing that we could do is just simply wait for the balance to stabilize in each of the resting points, but that's a very time-consuming process. An alternate method is the method that Cavendish used. Cavendish measured 3 successive extremes. You need at least 3, but you can have more than that. Cavendish would measure an extreme at position A and average that with the extreme at position C, and then take that average and average it with the extreme at position B. And that's what you see in the little formula I put down. Now if you look at the spreadsheet on the right, from the actual data collected on 4/18, we had an extreme of 280, a second extreme of 176 on the other side, and another extreme at 272. If we average 280 and 272, we get 276. We average that 276 with 176, and you get 226. But we can move down now and take the next 3 if we'd like, and average 176 with 181, and then average that with 272. At the end of the day, we can end up with a very accurate estimation of the resting point without ever having to allow the balance to completely come to a rest. And that's the number you see there. Notice that it's very close to the original first 3 extreme points that we used. And that's usually what I've found. You're rarely off by more than, say, 0.2 of a millimeter. This is how most of the data has been analyzed. Now let's talk about the test results we have to date. This was the first series of tests. Through 14 tests, we obtained an average for the gravitational constant of 6.63 times 10 to the minus 11th. And that's only about 0.7% below the published value. That's quite a good result. I was very happy with that. Now let's see if we came close to that with the second series of tests. And this is that data. This time we have 16 total tests. The first 3 are with a beryllium copper torsion element, and the last 13 are with the tungsten torsion element. Here's how those tests averaged out. Series 2 came up with 6.62 times 10 to the minus 11th, a little bit below what we had in Series 1, but still only about 0.83% lower than the published value, so very consistent with what we measured in the first series of tests. If we look at the combined total, the test average is 6.62 times 10 to the minus 11th. The standard deviation is 3.2 times 10 to the minus 12th, and we have a 95% confidence interval of 1.15 times 10 to the minus 12th. Our error is about 0.77% lower than the published actual value for the gravitational constant. Now that's very consistent with what Cavendish measured, and that was the objective. And, you know, at this point we could just call it a day and say, okay, we're done. But I still think we've got a little work left, and I'll tell you why. You'll recall early on that we measured the mass of the large balls to be 22.03 kilograms, but we did that with a very inexpensive electronic scale. Now, while I trust that scale for the purpose it was used for, which was just to ensure that both the masses were the same or the same within about 20 grams of each other, the absolute value of that number I don't trust. I've made measurements of the actual average diameter of those lead balls, and it would appear that they are probably more like 22.4 kilograms. So I believe that needs to be addressed, and I'll be making a video on this. But the best way I have of doing it will be a volumetric measurement using a displacement can. In other words, we'll just simply measure how much water one of those balls displaces, and once we have that volume, we know the density of lead very, very accurately, so we can get a very accurate estimation of what the actual mass is. What are we going to do next? Well, as I just said, we're going to verify the mass of those large weights. I want to repeat one final series of tests using all of the equipment and wizardry we have at our disposal, tools like tracker and so forth. So when that's over, we'll analyze and publish the final results. And then there's one more thing to do, and that's to take Cavendish to his new home. I'm not going to tell you where that's going to be quite yet, but I think you guys will be happy with it. Hey, thanks for watching, and I really thank everyone for their support through this. It's been a long journey, but we're getting close to the end of it now. Hey guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons down there. Shout out to the patrons and PayPals and to everyone who has supported this project from the beginning. It is really appreciated. With that, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
He's done really well with that experiment. It'll be sad to see it
Hasn't he
go.
just?
It'll be sad to see it go to its new home. But once he's done with all the experiments, the testing, yeah, that's as much as you can do.
I'm sure that he's. I'm sure it's going to be very happy in its new home.
Yeah, I'd say it will be too. And it'll be helpful for educational purpose for future science. students and even the teachers even. Well, since we've had a low turnout tonight, Alan, I think we'll wait till Saturday night and we'll see what we can come up with. So we've been streaming for nearly 3 hours now, not far off.
Yeah, and it'll give me a chance to actually make some lunch. I very nearly snuck away during that, but I haven't seen it yet, so I thought I'd better stop.
Yeah, well, with 11 watching, well, that's us few and a few out there. Oh, at least she's turned up. Faith, I can, faithful people. But I don't know what happened to me rest of my subscribers that used to be in the chat a long time ago. They haven't caught back onto me again yet that I've started streaming again. So we'll find out a bit. We'll find. Yeah, I don't know what's happened there. But maybe Saturday will be different. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Saturdays were always busier than weekdays until COVID.
Yeah.
And everybody was working from home.
Yeah, I want to get back into the industrial revolution technologies and things like that. So at least we'll have our theme back for that. YouTube isn't sending notifications, they're all stuffed. Oh well. That's why you gotta go in Discord now and again, Carl, and check in there. Okay, what have we got here? Put that there. Put that there. Put that out there for you. Oh, thanks for watching, guys, out in the peanuts. Thanks, Alan, for turning up. Thanks, John. Couldn't shut John up, Alan. Couldn't get a word in sideways.
No.
Oh, yeah, you've got to look out for that bloke.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Death, Carl. I think I've seen Zebulon out there too somewhere. Brainery. I think that's all it was out there. Just you guys. Oh, Dora there. Sorry, Dora. I'm scrolling
Yeah,
up.
Dora's out there. Professor Phil was out there. One Steph was out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just scrolling up. Demon Orb.
Yeah.
Yeah. How far up can I go?
I think there was quite a few I think there's quite a few doing Carl's job and lurking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks to Blue for he turned up early. RT96. I didn't see. Unpip as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't go any further. That's just my limit of the chat. So I might have missed out on somebody.
Zebulon.
Yeah, later, RT. Yeah. Thanks for dropping in, mate. I'll see you on Saturday, and I'm trying to get a Monday stream going again, but I've got to be home to do it. I'm not busy, that's for sure. I've got a lot of stuff to catch up on out here because of family stuff and my business. I've got some stuff to sort out. So it's a slow process, and I'm not in a hurry anyway. So anyway, well, good night, panel. Good night, Peanuts. I'll catch you on the next one.
Good night, everybody.